Hello everyone, I'm quickly moving on to the video and I'm ranking the villains in Baldur's Gate 3. Enjoy watching. In Baldur's Gate 3, Auntie Ethel emerges as a compelling yet unsettling character, adding a twisted layer to the game's narrative. Initially encountered innocently in the Emerald Grove during Act 1, players may perceive her as a mere traitor. However, a visit to the Riverside Tea House unravels the true horror. Auntie Ethel is a monstrous hag, inflicting torment upon the unfortunate NPC Marina. Even if players manage to confront and eliminate Auntie Ethel during this distressing encounter, Act 3 brings an unnerving revelation. The seemingly vanquished antagonist resurfaces in the basement of the Blushing Mermaid, demonstrating a disconcerting trait. She is inexplicably unkillable. This resilience adds a chilling dimension to Auntie Ethel's character, leaving players both intrigued and disturbed by her presence. Baldur's Gate 3 masterfully weaves Auntie Ethel into the storyline, elevating her from a seemingly minor antagonist to a haunting figure that lingers in the player's memory. The game's narrative choices and unexpected twists contribute to the lasting impact of Auntie Ethel, solidifying her status as one of the game's most memorable and enigmatic characters. As a result, I'm placing Auntie Ethel in the A tier. In the heart of Baldur's Gate, players embarking on Astarion's companion quest find themselves entangled in a dark web of vampiric lore and impending peril. The ominous figure at the center of this macabre saga is none other than Vampire Lord Zador, the progenitor of Astarion and the sinister architect of a nefarious plan. Zador's malevolent ambition looms large as he sets his sights on ascending to the formidable rank of Vampire Ascendant. His grisly scheme involves a ritualistic sacrifice of thousands of vampire spawn, a macabre dance that aims to empower him with unparalleled vampiric might. A daunting adversary in his own right, Zador casts a menacing shadow over Baldur's Gate. Yet, amid the looming threat, it is Astarion who steals the spotlight as a character of profound depth and intrigue. His journey from a reluctant vampire spawn to a conflicted soul, torn between his undead nature and lingering humanity, adds layers of complexity to the narrative. The internal struggles and evolving relationships make Astarion a far more compelling candidate for the coveted role of Vampire Ascendant. As players navigate the treacherous path laid out by Zador, they find themselves grappling not only with the imminent danger, but also with the haunting allure of Astarion's personal quest. In this dark and atmospheric tale, the true allure lies not in the shadows cast by the formidable Vampire Lord, but in the nuanced character development of Astarion, whose destiny intertwines with the very fabric of Baldur's Gate. As a result, I'm placing Zador Sar in the B tier. Baldur's Gate 3's Act 1 antagonist, Dror Raglin, falls somewhat short in comparison to the complexity of later adversaries. As the leader of the Goblin camp poised to attack Emerald Grove in the name of the Absolute, Raglin serves primarily as a conduit to introduce players to the enigmatic cult of the Absolute. However, beyond this initial encounter, his character lacks the depth and intricacy exhibited by the primary antagonists in subsequent acts. Raglin's role seems more instrumental in advancing the narrative, spotlighting the emergent threat of the Absolute rather than delving into his own multifaceted motivations. In the broader context of the game's evolving storyline, Act 1's Dror. Raglin stands as a precursor, paving the way for more nuanced and compelling adversaries in the unfolding saga. As a result, I'm placing Dror Raglin in the C tier. Enver Gortash emerges as the final member of the formidable Chosen Three, a trio of adversaries poised to challenge players at every turn. Despite his pivotal role, Gortash bears the dubious honor of being perceived as the weakest link among his nefarious cohorts. His character is shrouded in an air of palpable disdain, stemming from a toxic mix of a pompous attitude and a troubling history of mistreating Karlach, a narrative twist that renders him easily hateable in the eyes of many players. Gortash, portrayed as the quintessential arrogant politician, relies heavily on the protective shield of his steel watch to bolster his facade of menace. However, it is in the moments when this technological armor is stripped away that Gortash's vulnerabilities come to the forefront, exposing a character who crumbles when denied the security of his metallic sanctuary. This inherent weakness, juxtaposed against his earlier bravado, diminishes the once imposing figure, transforming him into a mere shadow of the menacing force he aspired to embody. Within the narrative confines of Mortal Kombat 1, Gortash's arc unfolds as a cautionary tale of arrogance meeting its inevitable downfall. As players navigate the tumultuous battles, they are confronted not only with the physical prowess of their foes, but also with the unraveling of Gortash's haughty demeanor. In the end, it becomes evident that behind the veneer of political power and technological might lies a character whose true strength is far more fragile than initially perceived. In the intricate dance of combat, where alliances and rivalries shape destinies, Enver Gortash stands as a testament to the notion that even the most formidable adversaries can be reduced to mere mortals when confronted with the relentless forces of fate. As a result, I'm placing Enver Gortash in the B tier. In the heart of the Emerald Grove lies a pivotal encounter for adventurers venturing into the realm of Baldur's Gate 3. Here they cross paths with Kaiga, a druid of significance, poised to enact the Rite of Thorns, a desperate attempt to shield the grove from the looming threat of the Absolute. Despite her position as Halsin's second in command, Kaiga harbors a cruelty that surpasses even her superior's intentions. Her sinister plot involves surrendering the sanctuary of the grove to the enigmatic shadow druids of the Cloakwood, a move that would plunge the sacred grounds into chaos. As players confront Kaiga on the precipice of her treacherous plan, a surprising twist unfolds. Beneath the veneer of malevolence, Kaiga reveals a flicker of remorse for the dark path she has chosen. This unexpected layer of complexity adds depth to her character, blurring the lines between villainy and inner conflict. In the fleeting moments of confrontation, players are confronted not only with an adversary, but a character grappling with the consequences of her choices. Baldur's Gate 3, a realm where alliances and betrayals shape the course of the narrative, weaves a tale where even the seemingly irredeemable characters harbor shades of vulnerability. Kaiga's internal struggle, unveiled during the confrontation, serves as a testament to the nuanced storytelling within the game, offering players a glimpse into the multifaceted nature of those they encounter in this fantastical world. As a result, I'm placing Kaiga in the B tier. In the dark realms of Raithwin Town, a once respected governor named Krick Thor was thrust into the shadows, transformed into an undead puppet of Myrkul, the malevolent deity of death. His resurrection, a twisted gift from Myrkul, was motivated by an undying love for his daughter, Isabel. Krick Thor, now Myrkul's chosen, embarked on a tragic quest, driven by a desperate desire to harness dark powers to protect Isabel from the clutches of mortality. As the primary antagonist of Act 2, Krick's narrative unfolds as a tale of sorrow and misguided intentions. His every move, though menacing, is a dance with the shadows born out of a father's love. Yet, the very powers he wields in his quest for Isabel's safety become the catalyst for a malevolent plan to imprison the ethereal Night Song and cast a curse upon the enigmatic Shadowlands. In the unfolding drama of Krick Thor, the line between villainy and tragedy blurs. A character of depth and conflict, he grapples with the consequences of his own resurrection, torn between the darkness that fuels his strength and the flickering light of paternal love. In the spectral tapestry of Raithwin Town, Krick Thor's tale weaves a haunting narrative of a father's sacrifice turned awry, leaving the fate of the Shadowlands hanging in the balance. As a result, I'm placing Krick Thor in the A tier. In the haunting realm of Baldur's Gate 3, Act 2 introduces players to the malevolent presence of Malus Thor, a sinister figure tainted by the cursed shadows of the Thor family. Much like the eerie atmosphere of a horror game, Malus Thor, a once respected physician, now conducts grotesque experiments within the House of Healing. As players venture through Act 2, they encounter a chilling scene within the hospital where Malus Thor unleashes his twisted medical expertise on unsuspecting patients. The House of Healing, meant to be a sanctuary, transforms into a nightmarish backdrop for Thorm's depraved actions. The air thickens with a sense of dread as players navigate through this macabre setting, witnessing firsthand the consequences of the Shadowlands curse. The grotesque nature of Malus Thor's experiments adds a visceral layer to the narrative, leaving players with an indelible and unsettling impression. The juxtaposition of a healing space turned into a chamber of horror serves as a stark reminder of the insidious influence of the Shadowlands curse on the once virtuous Thorm family. This unforgettable encounter with Malus Thor in Act 2 of Baldur's Gate 3 not only tests the player's resolve, but also reinforces the dark and foreboding atmosphere that permeates throughout the game. As the narrative unfolds, the twisted tale of Malus Thor becomes a haunting element that lingers in the player's minds, contributing to the immersive and chilling experience that defines this captivating chapter of the game. As a result, I'm placing Malus Thor in the A tier. In the ominous realm of Bahal's Chosen, Orin the Red emerges as a chilling enigma, a craven murderer skilled in the art of inflicting torment. Act 3 unfolds as a twisted dance, with Orin cunningly taunting and deceiving the unsuspecting player. Cloaked in the guise of seemingly innocent NPCs, she orchestrates a malevolent game, culminating in the abduction of one of the player's trusted companions, a macabre gambit to provoke a confrontation. As the descent into the foreboding temple of Bahal ensues, the veils shrouding Orin's dark past unravel. The haunting revelation of her journey to becoming the Chosen of Bahal casts a sinister pall over the narrative. Orin's proficiency in both psychological manipulation and physical brutality adds layers of complexity to the unfolding saga, leaving players to grapple with the unsettling truths buried within the shadows of her twisted destiny. As a result, I'm placing Orin the Red in the S tier. In the fiery depths of Avernus, the enigmatic devil Raphael emerges, weaving a web of charm and cunning that players must navigate on their journey to Baldur's Gate. His true motives remain veiled in mystery, yet Raphael consistently extends tempting deals to the players, forcing them to question the extent of their trust in this devilish character. Should players opt to reject his proposition, spurning the offer of the Orphic Hammer in exchange for the Crown of Karsus, they find themselves on a daring mission to infiltrate Raphael's House of Hope. This treacherous quest culminates in a pulse-pounding encounter as players face off against one of the most formidable bosses in all of Baldur's Gate 3. The tension rises as each strategic move and calculated decision determine the outcome of this high-stakes confrontation. As the clash unfolds within the Devil's Lair, the echoes of the rejected deal reverberate, adding layers of complexity to an already intense battle. In the shadowy confines of the House of Hope, the fate of the players hangs in the balance, and the relentless pursuit of the coveted Orphic Hammer pushes their skills and wits to the limit. Will they emerge victorious? Or will the cunning devil Raphael prove to be an adversary too formidable to overcome? Only time will tell in this gripping chapter of Baldur's Gate 3. As a result, I'm placing Raphael in the S tier. In their relentless pursuit to dismantle Orin and the Paulists, players find themselves confronting the enigmatic murder tribunal, presided over by the notorious Saravak Anchef. Longtime followers of the series will instantly recognize Saravak as the primary antagonist from the original Baldur's Gate, solidifying his status as an iconic figure in the game's lore. Saravak's return not only adds a layer of nostalgia for series aficionados, but also introduces a compelling link to Orin's tragic narrative. The dark elements woven into Saravak's backstory intertwine with the shadows of Orin's past, creating a web of intrigue and complexity that players must navigate. As players delve into the murky depths of this confrontation, they will unearth the echoes of Saravak's malevolence and confront the haunting resonance of his legacy. The convergence of these two formidable figures, each carrying their own weight of darkness, promises a gripping narrative that pays homage to the roots of the series, while propelling the story into uncharted territory. In this clash of destinies, the stage is set for an intense encounter that not only tests the player's tactical prowess, but also tugs at the emotional threads connecting the past and present of the Baldur's Gate saga. Brace yourselves for a minute of suspenseful gameplay that bridges the familiar and the unknown in the ever-evolving tale of Orin and the looming threat of the Palists. As a result, I'm placing Saravak and Chev in the A tier. In the captivating world of Baldur's Gate 3, the formidable antagonist, the Absolute, takes center stage as an elder brain manipulated by the Chosen Three through the potent crown of Karsus. This malevolent entity wields the ability to command a legion of Illithids, emerging as a true terror in the unfolding narrative. As the narrative progresses, the Absolute undergoes a grotesque transformation into a nether brain, a consequence of its prolonged connection with the crown of Karsus. Players find themselves at a pivotal crossroads, faced with the ultimate decision: whether to fulfill their quest, thwarting the impending Illithid invasion, or seize control of the nether brain and ascend to become the Absolute themselves. This climactic choice not only shapes the destiny of the characters, but also dictates the course of the entire game. The intricate interplay between power, morality, and consequence weaves a rich tapestry of narrative, inviting players to grapple with the weighty implications of their decisions. In the dynamic universe of Baldur's Gate 3, the Absolute stands as a testament to the game's masterful storytelling, offering players a one-minute journey through a world teeming with intrigue and moral ambiguity. As a result, I'm placing the Absolute in the S tier. The video ends here. In your opinion, who is the best villain in Baldur's Gate 3? Write in the comments and let's discuss. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.